Every day I've spent here, I've wondered, how did all these people let it come to this? Minds and bodies ruined, dreams of freedom erased.
Alright, what is up, YouTube? We're in the chest again. I was supposed to hit some legs, but I'm gonna let him recover a little bit more. But I mean, it's not too bad, honestly. So I got one plate on here. We'll warm up with this. Let's do this. Fix the headphones. It's feeling pretty good. For a while. Yes, second plate. On, I think a 35 probably. I want to say I put on 25, so that's time. But just got off work. This small shift helping out. Let's handle this real quick. Woo. That's something. I'm just trying to be safe, honestly. I don't slam myself. Alright. So the second one we've done, it didn't feel like super crazy. I'm gonna grab my straps real quick for my wrist. I'm going to slap on the 25s again. I'll go for that. Not going to push it too even yet. So I'm going to be honest, I haven't really done any heavy flat pressing in a minute. I have been doing the chest press over there, but the weight does not fully translate. 260 on that is not 260 on a bar. And it's also converging, so it's a little different. But sit for a second, talk to the camera, see what's up. So right now we're starting off with some flat bench. Then we're gonna move on to some incline. Chill for a second. Slam our shoulders. After some shoulders, I'll probably hit lateral raises. If not, we'll move on to triceps and then some lateral raises. For triceps, I brought my open strap. I'm only gonna do single arm with it. It's simply so I don't have to put this on here. I can grip it still pretty comfortably. I might try some with a Vulcan strap. We'll see, because I'll be honest, it's probably the best rope attachment I've ever had in my life. Just simply because it's pretty comfortable. The material is not too bad. Whenever you're pressing or whatever you're doing, pulling with it, you can use it like pullovers, you can use it for tricep extensions. You can do it for curls. I've seen people do it for lateral raises. Just putting the hand on one of them. I'll just be honest, it's pretty comfortable. It's not too bad. Has traditional rope at the bottom, little plastic ends. Not really sure what they're called, but the little ends. Sometimes in the past, had just a little bit of discomfort once I started going heavy with it. You know, not necessarily feeling as if it was crushing the pinky, but there's just extra pressure towards, you know, my ring finger and my pinky. I'm gonna quit yapping. I'll get set for this one. Still feel like I should. Damn. So, not that good. Fuck no. Hold up. I'm gonna take a minute to rest. Whew. Alright, there we go. So I've been on my last set. I'll put on the amount of weight. I actually put on an extra 30 pounds. So that wasn't too fun. But at least I know I can get it up for 2. You know what that means? In the future we going for like 5 or something. And I'm not talking about like a week or 2, I'm probably talking about like a month or something. So right now my current goal with strength training is I want to get stronger on the bench again. I haven't really, I'll be honest, I haven't put too much effort in the bench or progressing in it or anything in a long ass time. Probably like 6 months, which that is not too good. Does that mean my chest is weak? No. Once I get used to benching again, it's gonna be fucking bread and butter. Or I'll make it my bread and butter, I guess. Peanut butter and jelly. I don't really like that. So it's which is kind of weird, I guess. That up. So just got that up for 7. I'm gonna go for that in a couple minutes again. That's a lot better than it was the other day. Got an extra 2 reps, I think. I'll see you guys in a minute. Second sit on here is about to be demolished. Just fixing my straps. Damn, this is a free angle. Hey, I don't mean that in a hateful way. I'm talking about myself. I was just saying my ass was in the camera, bro. Hey, my legs ain't looking too bad, yo. I'll be honest. I'm trying to get some like meaty ass calves. The meat up here's already been, you know, established. But down here, dog, I would not care if it goes from here, like out here, gets that nice shape. Like, come on, bro. I don't think there's like a single person who's trying to get some muscle on their frame who would be mad about getting like an extra couple inches on the calves. Like, bro, that would be diabolical. Like, I would trade half of this bicep, just put it right down here. Oh, dog. That would be like the nuttiest combo, having like calves as wide as some like thick ass quads, bro. Hell no. Anyways, second set here. Only thing I'm really thinking about, pushing with the meat of my palms. And I'm just really trying to keep my elbows tucked, get them across my body close to straightening out. I'm not like super like hard on like, I gotta hit a walkout on every rep. I really don't care. Like, I'll be honest. If I'm getting through the majority of it on the press, I'll be fine. Because I'm doing 3 sets of pressing. I don't think I'm gonna be missing out, honestly. I'm gonna do this. Wait, hold on. All right. One more. Oh. All right. You saw this? My hamstring, bro, it started cramping on me. That's like my least favorite thing while benching is a calf or a hamstring fucking cramp. Dude, I've probably almost like, not like dropped the bar, but lost like mid-rep whenever my hamstrings were getting real bad. That was forever ago. But I see with some incline. I just want to hit it with some in this beautiful lighting. Alright, that's all I want to hit for real. Alright, now we're moving on to the incline bench. I've never tried this bench, honestly. But yeah, no, that's gonna be right on my nose. I cannot press like that hard. So since this bench is not necessarily too big, but I want to say the inside of this rack is smaller than other just Smith machines or racks I've used. Something I've had to do a couple of times is just kind of lift this up. I moved it back just a tad bit. Try to get this up. It is a bit too light. It's the longest. I should straighten this up just a little bit. I want to say this should be pretty decent. Find out. Let's see how this sits on top. Yep, right in my nipple line, keeping my elbows tucked. Breathe in, push, breathe out, breathe in. Let us sit and push. Breathe in, out, push. So, to get some upper chest, I'll be honest, main thing that helped me was learning. It mainly helps here to here. Here, across, inwards, and up. So, some I homie about, and a bunch of my videos you'll probably see me do it. But a shoulder press, I guess I'd be sitting up more. Rather than here, I was doing it like this, pushing up. So as you see, I go up. Right here starts to flex. What's that mean? My upper chest is working. It's a blessing. But one reason I like talking about this and that, I want to get more and more information out. So why? I want other people to get big and strong. I mean, it's kind of my whole thing. Trying to get bigger, stronger. be better, look better, you know what I mean? Like, man, I was 230, didn't like how I was looking at being treated. You know what I did? I lost a whole bunch of weight. Guess what? My arms were probably like this thick around. Oh, hell no. They weren't actually that thick. I'm exaggerating. But the whole point I'm getting at is, what was the common goal? From point A to point whatever I'm at now. What has changed over the past 5 years? First thing I did, I tried to get a hold of my diet. Change what I was intaking. I started trying to move more, running around and stuff, jogging, walking, trying to get more active. Dog, I'm talking about like the weight shedded on me. You wanna know why? I wasn't eating enough. I'll be honest. I didn't eat enough. So in 3 months, I was able to lose over 70 pounds. Wasn't that healthy? Do I want anybody else to do that? Not really. I mean, it's different as if like a doctor was like to look at you and be like, hey man, you need to lose X amount of weight in about this much time. And then that would be more understandable if you were doing it in like a higher restricted diet. But if that was personally told to you by your doctor or whatever, that's a whole different thing. I did that shit to myself. But the whole thing that stayed the same is I wanted to keep bending. I wanted to keep looking better, be better. So that's all I did. I lost weight. I was like, man, I gotta get some muscle on me. You know what I started doing? I started working out. You know what I'm still doing? I'm still working out. You know what else I'm still doing? I'm still tracking my food. I'm trying to eat some nutritious stuff. It's like, hey man, potatoes, eggs, meat, like, that's gonna be like your best friend. Unless if you don't eat meat or animal products, different story. Doesn't apply to you. Anyways, I need to stop yapping. Hold up. All right, let's put this name bench too much. All right. I think this should be fine. I'll be walking. Got some Gojira on. Alright. 4. Not bad, not bad. So now what am I gonna do? I'm gonna rest a minute. I'm gonna keep talking to you guys. I don't talk to you guys enough. I'll be honest. Is it on purpose? Nope. I'm a shy dude, I'll keep it real. Nah, I'm not the shyest person, but I'm not the most extroverted either. It just kind of depends on the crowd. Also, mainly depends honestly on what the hell I'm talking about. So, here to talk about grinding. That's about it. But first, let me get a sip of water. All right, back to talk about the grind. I'm gonna show you one prime example. The weight on the bar. When I started, I couldn't do no damn push-ups. Hell no. But you know how I started? I started doing some sissies push-ups. You know why? They were easier. I was on my knees, had a slight angle, started working on that. I started on the steps of my house. And then as I got a little bit stronger, I made the incline, I guess, or not the incline, but the angle I was at a little steeper, made it a little harder. And I kept going until I didn't need an incline to help me out. I was able to move my own whole body weight. And then once I got better at that, I kept going for more and more. And then I tried some single arm push-ups. I only did like a handful, whatever. And then I started putting some fucking weights on my backpack, put it on my back, started doing some more. I was like, hey man, not too bad, not too bad. It's like, man, I want to grow some arms. You know what I did? I went outside and I picked up a rock. Is that gonna sound dumb as hell? Yeah. But think about it. I'm curling one rock, and then soon enough, I'd be able to curl 2 rocks. So you know what I did? I started putting them in a bag. Hey, I got stronger than that. Hey man, throw some more rocks in there. Once I got pretty strong at that, I put a whole bunch of rocks. I started using 2 hands. When that got easier, you know what I did? I put some heavier, bigger rocks in there. I started ripping up that backpack, dog. That zipper, that thing didn't work no more. You know why? I kept putting heavier and heavier weight until that backpack couldn't handle it. But you know what? I could handle it. So you know what I did? I was curling it. Dog, I couldn't do any tricep work at home other than maybe some push-ups, diamond push-ups, something like that. So you know what I did? Same thing, rocks in a backpack. I used that thing like a rope attachment. Started doing some overhead work, 1 arm and double arm. I did some shoulders with it. Shit, I even did squats with it. When I didn't have nothing, I'd have those rocks. I'd have a plank, make a heel elevated on 1 foot. And then I put my foot in my bed frame and I did split Bulgarian squats. You know why? It's all I had. Now I got the gym, I'm able to grind here. Just think about it, man. If you keep pushing it, you keep pushing yourself over and over and over, and you keep doing the same shit over time, you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna make progress. It's gonna accumulate. Yeah. It's gonna accumulate over time, and you're gonna get stronger, dog. I started curling literal rocks. Now I can curl some dumbbells because I'm blessed enough to have that. I have the fucking opportunity to go to the gym whenever I want. Basically whenever I want. I got 2 gym memberships. I'm able to go to either one. I'm able to make gains. I'm able to show up, keep pushing myself. But you know who's taking myself to the gym? I would say me, but sometimes I get it right, I'll be honest. But I'm the whole reason I'm showing up and I want to keep going. This weight on here, this used to be a PR on like anything. Like this amount, I couldn't even squat before. I couldn't press it, I couldn't flat bench it. I'll be honest, my bench is still my weak point. Out of my entire physique, I can push more with my legs and my back, more than I can move anything with my chest. And that's simply because I didn't have it down at first. I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. That's the whole reason I just yapped for like 5 minutes, was to get to this point. I just want to keep talking about it. If I'm able to talk about it, I'm able to educate people, I'm able to fucking inspire people, that's more than enough to me. I used to be the one who's getting inspired. I still get inspired by people, dog. People are like, I don't even know, there's some like, I'm not even just gonna call them a straight genetic freak. They're just a freak of nature, bro. They show up, they push it, they're giant, man. You know they've been doing it for a minute. You know what they've been doing, you know what I mean? I wanna be like that. I wanna be big as shit. I wanna be strong as shit. And I want some guy to be able to just come up to me, be comfortable enough, be like, hey man, you look pretty big, how do I do this? How can I get better at this? What's the point of this? And that's the same with anything about nutrition or exercising. I'll just tell somebody the most that I know about it. I don't have a reason to gatekeep it. Because before, I knew absolutely fucking nothing. I used to go to the gym. When I first started going, it was a little intimidating. I just kind of knew the basics. All I knew was like the same shit I was already doing. You know, like some kind of like rowing stuff, pull downs, rows, you know, like flat bench, incline bench. That was kind of about it. You know, like just the very, very simple things. I wasn't fully sure on like, you know, how should I actually put a split together? What's the difference between frequencies of hitting this or that? Or what's the difference between this split and that split? I wasn't sure. Now I'm sure I know. I'm able to talk to somebody about these topics, but before, I was fucking oblivious. That's the whole reason. Like, I just want people to be able to come up to me and be like, hey man, how you get big as shit? Because I'm not gonna lie about it. I think that shit's cool, man. I love the gym. Like, it is a whole fucking portion of my life. It's literally a quarter of my life at this point. It's been mainly focused around fitness in general. With, like, at first, my first, like, just kind of like 5-6 months or so, just trying to like absorb shit. I didn't apply a chunk of it. I just applied the nutrition part of shit. And I still wasn't really know what I was doing. That's why I started myself all this and that. And then whenever I started putting on muscle, like before my idea was, man, I should wait until I get skinny enough to actually see this muscle. Hell no, I should have been lifting from the start, dog. Anyways, I gotta hit this, man. I'm getting fired up from talking. But it's fun as hell, man. I'm not even talking to anybody. Not yet. I'm talking to myself, but I hope somebody will take in what I'm saying and apply it to themselves. That was a really good set. Anyways, good thing I'm done with this. That would have just strangled me if I didn't rack it. Whoa. Alright, next exercise, alright? Alright, moving on to the shoulder press. Me personally, I've been liking a higher seat just so I can get more range of motion. Because right here in the bottom, this is literally like the bottom. I can't really go too much lower. If I were to force my shoulders as far down, my knuckles are basically touching this. So the whole reason why I'm trying to get a higher seat now rather than having it lower, I might be stronger, I'll be honest. Recently, I've only been pushing like 120, 130 on here. You know, I'm gonna go for 140 just because I'm saying it. But whenever I had the seat like down here and my starting point was about here, here to here, I can move a good bit more weight. Still hitting my shoulders pretty decent, but why skip out on the full range of motion, you know what I mean? Because for a while people were just talking about, oh, top half. So I tried it, I liked it, but I don't really want to stick to it because if I were to do a full range, I'm not going to be as strong. There's no reason for that. Like, I'm only getting stronger in the top half. That's not super beneficial. All right, let me hit this on. One more. All right. Now I'm gonna rest for a minute or two, hit another set, but I'm gonna take you guys for a little walk. Or not a full-on walk, but I guess a tour of this gym. All right. So I think the area pretty nice, I'll be honest. It's the Meta Gym. I love this place. So I'll be honest, I got it dark right now. I'm the only person here, but I'm not really trying to turn on the lights because it's not really bothering me. I've already hit a handful of sets on this. People are always telling me go heavier on this. I'll be honest, man. It's the max stack. I can't really go heavier. That's why I'm trying to do some presses right now. That's where I be hitting my abs. I'll be recording it today for the first time, I think, ever here. I'm not really sure. Got the leg press. And we got another beautiful leg press over here. But there's a slight difference, I'll be honest. This one, you can't really get as deep as a range of motion. I feel like I'm lying. It's still pretty good, I'll be honest. I've had no problems with it. But I like to use this one for my calf raises. I'll show you how really quick. It's a little side quest. Yep. So pretend the seat behind me, 90 degrees, I'm sitting up. I like to have one leg just resting, and then one leg up here, doing my calf raises. Then hold up. What about my other leg? Dude, I'm just gonna set my right leg down, slap my left leg up here, start hitting them. Only difference for my setup is, this is gonna be 90 degrees. I'm gonna set the seat back here, so whenever it comes to getting in full flexion like this, and I start doing my calves, there's not a whole much whole bunch of quad activation, because I don't gotta have to do a whole leg press just to get started. I can just instantly just like bam, bam, straighten my knee, start doing my calf raises real heavy. Here's this. This is the only one I've ever seen in my life. Only shoulder machine I've ever seen in my life. And I'll be honest, I do like it. This right here is my favorite rowing machine that I've ever used. Is it the heaviest? Maybe, maybe not. But it's still beautiful. This right here, my bread and butter, dude. This is my bread and butter right here. And then this, the tricep extension. I'm gonna be hitting some of these. Because honestly, I've only used a couple of these before, but it's the only one I actually like. And then this rowing machine, or sorry, not rowing machine, this lat row, or pull down, I guess. On here it says high row. This thing right here has a beautiful, and I'm talking about beautiful arm path. It's honestly the best lat pull down I've ever used. All right, this is the whole tour. Anyways, gonna go see me hit my set. All right. Time to lock in. Hitting 140 on here again. All right, time to hit some lateral raises. No. Lat raises can be slammed after triceps. So, you better go catch me on that tricep extension. Alrighty. Oh, there we go. So, tricep extension out. I'll be honest, the first time I walked in here and actually had a workout, it was a pull day. But seeing this thing, bro, for the first time, I was like, man, what is this? So I like anything between a real close grip, like this, to anything that's right here. Because to me, they feel about the same. It just depends how you are either internally or externally pushing it. And you might be, bro, what are you talking about? And I'll show you standing up just so it's a little easier. When it's out here and here, and I'm holding on to the handle, I'm thinking of twisting and turning it this way as I'm pushing. So it's kind of like this. Imagine if I had a rope, I'd be doing something like this. And then whenever I have the handles inwards and they're touching, I'm trying to push it in and rotate it inwards. And what that does, it prevents it from slipping either way. If I had it in the middle here, I could be pushing, it's wobbly like this. But if I have it out here, and then I'm rotating and pushing it towards, I guess, the barrier. I'm not really sure what to call it in this, like the context I'm talking about. But I'm trying to keep it in place. That's the whole thing. Same on the bench. Whenever I'm going to push it and unrack it, I'm not just trying to hold on to it. I'm trying to kind of get like a wedge in there. Like when I'm pressing, I'm holding on, and then I'm rotating my wrist like this as hard as I can as I'm pushing for the tightest, most secure grip. And the reason for this, you just don't want to be pushing it so wobbly. You don't want to be like trying to, that would just be shitty exercise. I'm not saying this is a shitty exercise. I'm talking about one where the only way you can form it is if you're wobbling, but you have the ability to just, keep it straight, clean, then you should go for it. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, going for my top set on here, it's only 120. I'm going for 5. Because for 120 on this, it's pretty heavy, I'll be honest. Come on. 6, second set, but on 100. I'm gonna crank these out till I can't move it. And then we're gonna work on some overhead work, single arm. I'll catch you guys in a minute, all right? New angle I've never tried. Hope you guys like it. And I'll be honest, I can see you. I like everything. I'm a weird dude. Call it there. The next thing we got, some single arm fucking, I need to stop cussing. Anyways, we're gonna get set up over here. Just give me one moment. You guys can hear that, but I'll be honest, the weather's pretty bad, so that's not too fun. I'm gonna angle this down some. Yep, I think this would be a little more appropriate for what we're doing. I know the camera had to pick up that way. So this is what I was talking about, my Vulcan strap. It's pretty nice, I'm gonna be honest. This is the internal, it's just pretty soft, I'm gonna be honest. The inside is just soft, it's pretty comfortable. It doesn't really feel like it's like tugging on you or anything, it's not too bad. Gotta think about it. I'll just set this up to the, whew, it's now where I wanted it. And there we go. Yep. Push this back a little. Alright. I think this will be fine. Inside one. Yeah, I can't do this. That hurt. Like that did not feel too fun. Alright. Squat it up. Tuck your elbows in. Normally, I've been doing it seated. It feels pretty fine. Should feel a pretty good stretch on here at the bottom. I'm gonna be honest, in the past, dog, when I had that V-bar attachment, and I probably had the cable set to about here, maybe a little lower, but I'd grab it, get that twisting motion, start hitting it on mine. When it came to put that weight back, and I was really trying to get strong in it, I'm talking about probably like 5 months straight of just straight overhead extensions with the V-bar. Right as I got to that max stack, it became a problem to put it back. Like I'm talking about, I have it here, I'm finished. I'll try to rotate it would just yank me, man. I felt like Spider-Man trying to catch that. Let's sit here, talk to the camera for another minute. Then we're gonna get this started. My original plan was to do it single arm, but I didn't think there would be that much of a tension difference between seated. Because I know from, if I'm seated and this is all the way down, it's only stretched up to here to get it on top of one arm. But with this, since the weight's being pulled from my hand, it's a lot further from the attachment, a whole lot harder. Because when I was doing these the other day with my cups, lightly, damn. I'll show you guys what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a whole bunch of rain. You could honestly probably hear there's no way. Anyways, can I hit the second set? I'm gonna use some lateral raises to finish off the workout with abs. I'll show you guys what I'm doing for that. First, this up here. I'm gonna show you what goes. You're not a whole lot, but I'm talking about. Get it here. Stand up. Step away. Execute. I personally like to keep my elbows tucked in front of me rather than push outwards with my elbows really wide. I just feel like through here, which is a whole lot more effective. You can also get a lot better range, but if it feels more comfortable on you to go wider, rather than keeping your elbows tucked, then you handle it. Alright. Triceps have been fully pumped. I don't even know what they're looking like. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but it's probably little people. They feel pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I need to bring this back. I've had this thing for maybe 3 years now. I got it for Christmas either 2022 or 2023. So I've had it for 2-3 years. This was my go-to, something I was thinking about. Putting it up here, use it for some pullovers and a dog. This would feel beautiful, but sadly, I don't think the weight is enough. I'm not sure. Maybe at the YMCA, but not here. I was gonna hit some shoulders first, but honestly, I want to start it off with abs, finish with the shoulders, because the shoulders are already pretty pumped. I'll show you how I perform this. So the only thing for me when it comes to actually hitting abs, I gotta be hitting it right with actual spinal flexion, not just, I can't just, go front, back, just try and lean into it or something. Nah, then you gotta actually think behind it. It's not just pop on it, all my abs are gonna be pumped by the end of this. If you don't know how to properly, not necessarily engage your core, but just actually having the form down and the mind to muscle connection to hitting, it's not gonna be a whole lot easier. It's the same thing as if I'm telling you to hit some curls, but you ain't really know how to curl too well. You might just be kind of throwing it aimlessly. Your form might not be too clean. You might get a pump, but that pump could have been better. You know what I mean? Alright. So I like to go into here. And then whenever I'm here, keep my bottom planted. And I'm just focusing on bringing my spine, letting it come up, crunching, bam. Bam. Something like that. So it also depends on the ab machine you're on, because there's other ones like the one at the YMCA. My hands are up here, has elbow pads, kind of like a pullover. And you're holding on the handles back here. Same idea, trying to keep this in place. I don't want to be pulling with my elbows. it's different keeping yourself stabilized, keeping these in place. As you see, as I'm crunching down, my arms aren't really moving. Same with on here. They're staying relatively in the same place because that's not what I'm trying to use. Like, yes, I'm using it to hold the weight onto my back, to load onto my core, but my arms are not the thing as the primary mover. I'm stabilizing my arms, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting 160 on here. I'm gonna hit a couple sets on here. Abs is the only thing I like to do higher volume on, just because I don't really tend to get sore. So it's not a necessary problem. It's different doing it on something like, if I were to do like 5 sets of bench, then 5 sets of incline bench, and then 5 sets of decline flies, 5 sets of incline flies. Yeah, I can guarantee you my chest, my shoulders, and my triceps are probably going to be feeling that the next day if I'm actually pushing on this 5 sets. If I'm doing 5 sets of everything, what, like low weight, low intensity, I probably wouldn't feel a thing, dog. That would just be spamming warm-up sets. Alright, let me handle this. Set 1 done. I'm going to show you guys this whole process. Preferably uncut. I will get a sip. Hold up. I'm going to definitely have to use some voice isolation. So if I sound weird during this YouTube video, there is just way too much background noise from the weather. I'm sorry. I did not know the weather was going to be crazy. Also, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I was getting a sip of my drink. But I do want to show you guys something while we wait. When I was talking about being a weird dude, it's the kind of stuff I was talking about. Oh, hold on. Let me get this. I'm going to beat you in 5 seconds. Got the brand of sacrifice. My goat, featuring my goat. Featuring my goat, Tony Chopper. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You fuck with bro? You fuck with this little dude? Anyways, I got another goat, the Great Ape. And I got this. Got this at a little gas station. I think it's pretty cool. Is Nezuko my favorite character? No. Is she one of the best characters? I guess, depends on the person. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, this character's so terrible. I really don't care. Only reason I got it, I'm like a D1 Demon Slayer, and not Glazer, I'll be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it's the absolute best thing, but I'll tell you it's one of the best things, honestly. Because I like anime, I'll be honest. You can definitely tell by my shirts and stupid ass pose. But Demon Slayer, it's up there in like some of my favorites. Is it like my top favorites? Not anymore. It's like top 10. It's probably in the top 10. But I'll be honest, Jujutsu Kaisen, that's probably like, honestly, when I'm talking about new, I'm not talking about stuff that's still running. Like, I'm not gonna count like Dragon Ball, Bleach, or like, I guess you can say Naruto, because Boruto I think is still airing. But I'm talking about something that came out in the past like 5 years, like around there. Hell yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen's top one. I do not give a shit what anybody got to say to me about that. I'll be honest. I've been reading and watching JJK since 2020. Bro, I was a ripe ass 14. They still got a hold of me like that, I'll be honest. But talks like this, that's for another time. probably not in a gym video. Anyways, let's hit this. Well, I'm gonna fix my grip. Only on ab crunches I get sweaty where I can't see. Ugh. 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 Oh. Oh. All right. I think 1 minute. Damn. My voice just cracked terribly. Anyways, I just need like a minute. I'm gonna handle another one. I feel it a good bit better when I'm holding it more out in front of me. But I'll just be honest, keeping it here, there's not a crazy amount of tension on the triceps, but the heavier you go on it, you're gonna feel it a little more. Just because that's what you're using to hold it right here. Because if you're not strong enough to hold it, your arm's gonna start bending back. Like, it's nothing crazy. Alright. But I'll be honest, when it comes to where you put your ab training, I don't think it matters as much unless if it is a top priority for you to get your abs up, or if you want to get your obliques up, whatever. Place it closer to the beginning or the first thing that you're doing. Just whatever you're prioritizing, put it in that order. But I'll be honest, not every single workout has to have the exact same order of exercises. If you kept it relatively the same and did that for the majority of the time, an example, if you want to start out with an incline press, and then let's say maybe your next workout you want to start with a flat press, it's not going to really be a whole lot of a difference if you're still hitting both of those in the same workout. The only thing is like coming in fresh, your incline or your flat, whatever press you do first will probably be a tad bit stronger than if it was your whatever set afterwards. You know what I mean? Like an example, if I were to hop on my incline press, throw on those 2 plates, start hitting it. Let's say it was my first set, or maybe my second set. I could maybe, hypothetically hit an extra rep or 2 during that set. But I mean, I still did both. I put the work in. They're both gonna grow pretty decent if I just continue to do the same thing. Because something I love is what is it, man? Analysis paralysis selective androgen receptor broccoli head ass motherfuckers from Gabriel Cruz. He is fucking funny, dude. Or is it Marcus Cruz, dog? I think it's Gabriel Cruz, dog. He is funny as hell. He is probably my favorite meathead. Because I'll be honest, his training's badass. He's one of the dudes who motivated me instantly, just fucking push it hard in the gym. Like, come on, man. If you just see a big ass dude who's walking around like he's the fucking Hulk or like Broly or something, and you just see him, I'm talking about like going ham. I'm talking about moving plates on plates on plates. Like it's simply as like he's just squatting down to pick up some. Oh, dude, that's fucking badass. I don't think you got an idea. Like some heavy ass movements, but it looks like nothing, bro. Oh, that's peak. That's peak, bro. I've seen some people just move incredible, and I'm talking about incredible weight, effortlessly. That's some shit I'm trying to get in the future. That's something I'm still going after. Do I got strong legs? I would say so. But I say the strongest legs. But I want to get stronger legs. I want to get bigger legs. So you know what I've been doing? Some squats, some deadlifts. You ain't see me skipping no curls or leg extensions. I mean, you don't see me doing calf raises, but I want you to know I've been doing them. I ain't been sleeping on it. Not even adductors, bro. Or abductors. I haven't been sleeping on it, bro. If you want to get bigger, that's up to you. That ain't up to me. That ain't up to me. Oh, I lost my fucking third placement. Damn it. Oh no. Yeah. I couldn't move it after that one. I'm lightheaded. Hold on. Woo. Oh yeah, speaking of lightheadedness in the gym, if you ever get really lightheaded, or maybe an exertion headache, if you don't know what that is, you're pushing hard, you're not properly breathing, get a whole bunch of pressure in your face, man, cause you have a headache. Majority of the time, if you're pressing hard, or I mean pushing hard, I guess too, and you start to get a headache, you probably have either a fluid imbalance or an electrolyte imbalance. Maybe you just didn't get enough fluid in that day or the day before. Or let's say you're just all your electrolytes out of whack. Oh, dude, you're getting a gnarly headache, man. Especially on some heavy ass legs. If you're doing that, that is not fun. So what would I say? Invest in electrolytes. If not, get some salt, no salt. That's a pretty good combo. I'll be honest, that's what I did for a minute to fix it. And then Echovision has some really good electrolytes. I bought that, it's like 60 for 60 servings, which I think is, or no, I think it's 60 or 120 servings, which is beautiful. I'm gonna double check that. But the lift's basically over. So what do I gotta say? I pushed hard. Are you? Because if you're not, I'm not gonna get on your ass, but then you're leaving gains on the table. I don't care if you're bulking, cutting, maintaining. I don't even care if you're not tracking your food and you're working out. You better be fucking pushing it hard, man. All right, what you're about to see me do is gonna be a little rough. Picking up the 50s, trying to throw these. Then I'm gonna pick up the 30s and just flip till I can't. I ran out of time. I don't even know. Alright. I wasn't really using too much momentum. Just second at the bottom. I'll try to fucking push that shit up as hard as I can. Now we're gonna do the same. But now it don't look sus. It's 30 pounds. It's like, bro, you were cheating. Alright. Alright. Put you guys in a little sneaky pose down. A little pose down. Come on, I'm cooking. Huh? It don't matter. It's not too bad. Try to get this turtle shell even crazier. Triceps. This lighting is a cheat code. side tricep again. There's that brain fart, my fault. I was paying attention to my dogs. Alright, so side tricep. There's not really too much other than it, I'll be honest. Maybe what's my spot? That's really about it. But I got nothing else for this video but my dog. I mean, that is it, honestly.